What's going on, everybody? It's Underdog Plays, and this is the Undercard Season 3 New Era. That's right. I know. You can't believe it either. You didn't expect it. I wanted to drop this on everybody's head randomly. We're doing Season 3 starting right now, and it's gonna be one hell of a season. First things first. If you missed Season 1 and 2, Andre the Giant was undefeated and only lost by being knocked out. And then he regained his title again. So, currently, Andre the Giant is in this season again. But besides that, we have a completely new roster. So, if you don't understand how this works, Fire Pro Wrestling is a wrestling game that you can simulate matches. That's what we're going to do. So, none of this is predetermined. Whoever wins, wins. Each win is equal to 1 point. The person with the most amount of points will be the number one contender, and then they get a title shot. Except for the first title shot, which is going to be determined next week, featuring a match from this week. So, this first week, what's going to happen is we're going to book the show. You guys will get to see the process of me booking the show, which I think is a cool little bonus for the new season. And, it's going to be pretty crazy. So, just quick little review. We do 7 matches. We have 1 main event. All title matches are no DQ. Simple as that. Any match that ends in a countout or like a timeout or something like that will be null and goes to a draw, and nobody exchanges points. You can get a point from a win. Tag matches are also equal to 1 point. So pin, submission, either way, if you knock somebody out with a critical strike, you also get a point. Simple as that. So, let's introduce you to the roster. And buckle your seatbelts, because this season features big names, random names, and some interesting, let's just say, random characters. Are you ready? This is the roster reveal of Season 3 of the Undercard. Let me just double check my audio. Okay. Everything's good. Thank you. Sorry about that. Ladies and gentlemen, this was completely randomly selected. The only person I picked was Andre the Giant, obviously, because he was the champion at the end of Season 2. So, my first draft pick, Brock Lesnar. Oh, God. The Beast Incarnate is here in Season 3. We got the man, Becky Lynch. We've got Steel Johnson, who is a trainer in this game, if you've played the Fire story mode. We've got Cowboy Mickie James. What's her nickname? I don't know. Something like that. Hardcore Country, I think that's what it is. Hardcore Country. She sings like cowboy music, country music, something like that. Anyway, we've got the Machine, Brian Cage. We've got from TNA Impact Wrestling, Amazing Red. We've got the legendary Jerry Lynn. We've got, oh, that's right, Super Molly Holly. We've got Lex Luger, Go Team USA. We've got Curtis Axel. I told you, it's randomly selected from AEW Team SCU member. Scorpio Sky. We've got Kiryu. I know a lot of fans are going to be happy about this edition from the Yakuza series. Kiryu is actually in the undercard. Just by chance. Not to make anybody really happy or anything. This is just random, okay? We've got Tennille Dashwood, formerly known as Emma. We've got the woman, the lady, Lacey Evans. We've got, the good boy, Colt Cabana, a little streamer there. That's a Twitch partner right there, boys. We've got hardcore legend, the Sandman. We've got Spawn from Dark Horse Comics / Mortal Kombat 11. Spawn was also randomly selected. I wish I added Spawn on my own merit, because this is fantastic. This makes me really happy. We've got, of course, our two-time champion, Andre the Giant, looking for a three-peat. Only been defeated by knockout. He still hasn't been pinned or submitted in 2 seasons, which is kind of crazy. We've got Jake the Snake Roberts. We've got Eric Rowan. We've got JTG. And the baddest man on the planet, Mike freaking Tyson. He's going to be here. He's going to knock somebody out, man. We've got Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, the good boys, the good brothers. They're going to be tagging together this season. We've got Lindsay Dorado and Grand Metalik. They're going to be tagging together, Lucha House Party. So we've got some tag team wrestlers, and that is it. That is our roster. Some great additions, some interesting additions, and I, for one, am extremely excited. So what we're going to do is we're going to have our first match feature people maybe you're not familiar with, okay? So Steel Johnson is going to face... Well, we could do random selection, right? Jerry Lynn. Yeah, that sounds like a good match. Some old school, basic collar and elbow wrestling for everybody. Match number 2 is gonna be our number 1 contender match, and that's gonna be the people that were actually 1 and 2 in the draft, and that was Brock Lesnar and, believe it or not, Jake the Snake Roberts. So when I did the draft off stream, those were 1 and 2. Brock Lesnar was number 1. Jake Roberts was number 2. That's a 30-minute time limit match for the number 1 contendership. And I hope there's a winner. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble. And we'll have to figure that out next week. Let's do a tag match. We could decide our champions right now. Configure title match. That would be interesting. I really want to do titles early this season. That's the only difference between season 3 and the previous seasons, is this season I really want to push the idea that we have champions at the beginning and we're having people defend more than, like, work towards the championship, because it's like an ongoing storyline of who's the champion and stuff like that. So we're gonna do the heavyweight tag team champions, and this is obviously a tag team match. Now I believe I've made the Good Brothers and Lucha House Party official tag teams. So that's going to be our first ever tag title match. And whoever wins will be the first tag champion. So that sounds like fun. Match number 4 is going to be a women's match. Becky Lynch, we're just going to go in order, I guess. Becky Lynch will face Mickie James. That sounds like a good match. I'd pay to see. I'm a fan of both of those women. Match number 5 is gonna be Brian Cage versus... Usually I do... for these first matches, I usually do like random select, or I just go in order. But Brian Cage is actually gonna face Colt Cabana. There's a little AEW match for you. And then match number 6, we have to have the champion here in his first match. We kind of have to. Here he is, Andre the Giant. He's gonna be here. Actually, maybe not. Maybe we don't have Andre, because then he gets a point advantage. I don't think he needs that, because he's already kind of unbeatable. He's also been I tweaked him a little bit. I didn't make him a worse performer. I promise I didn't nerf him or anything. I just tweaked one of his moves, because he had like the stomach grab, and I thought it was kind of dumb that he won the season with that move. So I got rid of that move. But besides that, everything else is the same with Andre. So actually, we're going to do another monster. Eric Rowan. So if you want to see Andre, tune in to next week. And we'll have Kiryu here. Kiryu's got to show up in episode 1, because it's crazy. Why not? Kiryu's the greatest fighter. He is the dragon. And then we'll set up our main event here. So, yeah, Andre next week will fight the winner of Lesnar and Roberts for the title. That sounds like a good thing. We also were talking about last season. We had a junior heavyweight championship. So that's gonna be our main event. And this is for a certain weight. So anyone that's highlighted here can wrestle for it. Not too many names there, but that's the way it is. These people are already booked in matches. But besides that, so we're gonna have Amazing Red versus Scorpio Sky. That sounds like a good match. And those are our 7 matches, and then the other people will get to be featured on episode 2, no matter what. Don't worry, there's enough episodes for everyone to get even booking. Nobody's at a disadvantage right off the bat. The only people that are at an advantage here are the people who win the titles, because that's what season 3 really means. That's what season 3 is really all about. Also, our featured referee this season is Mike Armstrong, not Mr. Judgment. So we have a new referee. Every match is at 125% speed and 30-minute time limit. Tag team matches, we have to make sure, we have to make sure that cut play here is on and that DQ is off. And we want a champion, so we'll turn ring out off there. Just because it's a title match. Same thing here. I think 30 minutes should be enough to get a champion. We know that sometimes it's not, but for week 1, we're gonna hope for some clean wins here. So we confirm the match card, and then we will proceed to our event. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Season 3 of the Undercard. And it's going to be quite an interesting ride. There's some wrestlers and superstars in this roster that I am a fan of, but I try to be impartial on commentary, except for Andre. Fuck Andre. I hate Andre, man. He's always cheating. Let me save my game. Just in case. And then we will start. You're about to witness history in the making with the birth of a new promotion. Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the inaugural event of Undercard Season 3. This is January. So this is month 1, episode 1. Quick reminder, each win is 1 point. The person with the most amount of points after next week will get a title shot. So that's how it works. If you want to win a championship, you gotta win a match here in the undercard. Let's go. Steel Johnson, a trainer here in Fire Pro, versus Jerry Lynn. Both of these men experienced, to say the least. Not super familiar with what Steel Johnson's finisher is, but I think we might see it here tonight. Here we go. Mike Armstrong starting it off with that pile driver right off of the bat in the first seconds. What a way to start off the new season. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Fire Pro Wrestling World on the PlayStation 4, and my name is Underdog Plays. Tonight, we will be seeing some quick counts and some fast action, so make sure to buckle in and get ready for a ride. This is going to be one hell of a season. Last season, nice suplex there. Last season, Andre the Giant did retain his championship somehow, some way, and was only ever beaten by getting knocked out by Earthquake. So that's the story we are telling here, is that he still hasn't been pinned or submitted. Will it happen next week? You gotta tune in to find out. Kick out, not even a 1 there, on the shoulders of Steel and down to the gut buster, working on the legs. Jerry Lynn's got to get out of that. You don't want to be worn down early in a match, but that's what you have to do if you're an experienced wrestler. Obviously, Steel Johnson knows that he's up against a real professional. This isn't, tough enough here. This is the Undercard Season 3. This is the real deal. Russian leg sweep in the corner. 3 minutes into the match. Referee Mike Armstrong, I hope he's a fair and balanced ref, otherwise we will have to replace him. But he's tatted up and ready for some UFC action. Big elbow there, followed up by slap to the chest. Woo! Shoutouts to Ric Flair, and another suplex, this time in the ring. Cross body cover 1, and a quick kick out by Jerry Lynn, who's been a member of NWA Wrestling, WCW Wrestling, ECW Wrestling, TNA Wrestling. Jerry Lynn's been all across the world, made a name for himself. People respect him. He's the type of wrestler, he's got a little hardcore to him, but, people respect Jerry Lynn more so than, maybe the Tommy Dreamers or the Sandmans of the world. And Sandman is here in Season 3, but won't be here tonight to have a match. Maybe next week we'll get to see Sandman. I am a fan of ECW. I grew up watching ECW, so that's kind of what I'm into. I do love my hardcore wrestling, and there's a hardcore move right there with an elbow, followed by the knee. Steel Johnson doing some basic stuff, but it seems to be somewhat effective. Diving ahead, but Jerry Lynn moves out of the way, but catches an elbow. Oh, look at the stretch. Going for a submission here. Jerry Lynn has to escape by breaking the grasp of Steel Johnson. Goes for another, suplex, but this time turns it into a gourd buster, going forward with it, and a kick to the ass. Elbow again catches him right in the eye. Jerry Lynn's got to be careful. Can't underestimate Steel Johnson. I know probably the audience is not familiar with Steel Johnson, but I'm telling you, this guy is who trains our wrestlers behind the scenes. He's the trainer, so he knows what he's doing in there. This is like his last ride. This is his opportunity to become a champion here in the undercard, and I, for one, wouldn't mind seeing that. I think that would be an interesting story, from trainer to champion. It could happen here in this season if he gets a win right now, and barely with a 2.9, Jerry Lynn escapes. Tilt-a-whirl, backbreaker. Hurricanrana going for a pin, grabbing the legs, but can't get it there. Jerry Lynn looks like he was exhausted by doing that high-flying type maneuver. Oh, went for a pile driver or something, got reversed and flipped over the rope, groggy with a 4 count. Elbow to the back, working on the arm, trying to break a bone here. Speaking of arm breakers, Becky Lynch will be in action later today. I think in the next match or something. I just booked the show and I don't even know the order. Oh, crowned him from behind, going to the arm again. Will Jerry Lynn tap out? Looks like Steel Johnson is playing that slam and submission style, and Jerry Lynn has no choice but to hit another gutbuster, taunting, looking for a finish. Will we see that cradle pile driver today? I'd love to. 1, 2, cross body gets him the win, and Steel Johnson capitalizes off of Jerry Lynn taunting. Was that a mistake by Jerry Lynn, or was that just a good move by Steel Johnson? Alright, so what we do after a match is really important. You have to head to work. That's all I have to say to you, Dan. Kiryu is in this. He has a match tonight. Kiryu is actually... He got drafted randomly. Just by happenstance. He's in the game. Believe it or not, he's down here. He's fighting Eric Rowan tonight, which is that's going to be an interesting match to say the least. But let me write down that Steel Johnson has 1 point. Steel Johnson is 0-1 now, or 1-0, whatever. Alright, Steel Johnson with a win. Next match, we have Brock Lesnar versus Jake the Snake for a #1 contendership match. Next week, it'll be either Brock Lesnar or Jake the Snake. Whoever wins this match fights Andre the Giant next week. So, this is a big match right here. This is important. Your bet is on Kiryu? We'll see how it goes. I'm interested to see how he, quote-unquote, wrestles. Anything goes in Undercard. You can use karate, kung fu, weapons, whatever you want. And oh my god, imagine what Brock Lesnar's going to be capable of in this matchup. Off the rope, stops his own momentum. But Jake the Snake, the legend, is here. And he wants another shot. He wants a chance to be Undercard champion for sure, but Brock Lesnar, former UFC champion, is here. And he's looking to conquer, eat, sleep, suplex. That's all he does. And there's the first one of the season. First one by Lesnar. How many more suplexes will Jake the Snake take as he slams Lesnar out of the ring. Smart move by the legend. Jake the Snake made the DDT famous. Of course, DDT being a type of poison. A rat poison, in fact, made by snake venom. That's why it's his finisher. And there's another suplex belly-to-belly style, and Brock Lesnar is just pure power. Look at the triple power bombs right in the center of the ring. How are you going to get out of that? And he barely does that at 2.9. Jesus, dude. Contrasting styles. This is smash and grab versus pure wrestling spirit. Jake the Snake, charisma. Lesnar, power. That's what I think. This is an interesting matchup, and Lesnar doesn't care about the rules. We know about this. Oh, God! German on the outside, turning him upside down. Referee Mike Armstrong counting pretty damn fast, if you ask me. Better slow your roll. And here comes that MMA experience, and he's got the arm locked in a hold, but looked like Roberts was able to escape just barely, and again with the power of Lesnar dropping him on the back of his head. Roberts again at 2.9 gets the shoulder up. Thank you, Mike Armstrong, for doing your job. Kick to the gut. It looks like Jake the Snake is trying to get something going, but isn't too sure how to deal with a beast like Lesnar. And no, this is what happens when you even try to contest against him. He just slams you again and again. He's been a champion in every company that he's been in. Lesnar dominates this sport. He's probably one of the greatest wrestlers to grace a ring. And another German. Upside down goes Jake the Snake. He doesn't know what hit him. 1, 2, it could be over, and it is. Makes quick work of Jake the Snake. And I gotta tell you guys, next week it's gonna be Lesnar versus Andre the Giant. And I'm not sure my voice is gonna hold up for that match, because that's gonna be nuts. I knew it was a potential thing, and I want to see it too. I definitely want to see it too. So that not only is a point for Lesnar, but it's also a #1 contendership. So there you go. If you lose a match, you don't lose a point. It's not like you go, 0 and -1. That's not how it works. You stay at 0, 0 and 0. You can only gain points. You can't lose points. So, for example, Jerry Lynn there is still technically 0-0, even though he lost. But he's at 0 points, is what I'm telling you. The contendership is based in a point system. Wins equal points. If you don't win, you don't get to become a champion. And losing consistently doesn't really affect you too much until like halfway through the season, because then if you have 0 points, and we're at like episode 6 or 7 or something, then you're pretty much not gonna ever get a chance, because you'd have to win like 6 matches in a row, and that's kind of unheard of unless your name is Andre the Giant. Next up, we have our Tag Team Championship on the line. This is a vacant title, so first champions of Season 3, is it going to be the Good Brothers, Carl and Luke, or is it going to be Lucha House Party, Lince Dorado and Metalik? Yep, so every episode is 7 matches. That's just the length of the card that I decided on, and it seemed to work really well last season, because then every episode was about an hour or so. I think this episode's going to be a little bit longer, because we spent the time talking about the roster and the booking and stuff like that. But I think that's a good length for the show. If it goes any longer, I lose my voice. And I don't want to do that. I don't want to, like, scream all day. But here we go. First ever tag team match in the season, and he just got dropped directly on his head. That was gross. Is he okay? Do we have doctors? Do we have paramedics ready? If Lindsay Dorado gets dropped again? And speaking of getting dropped, Carl Anderson just got double teamed. Referee's got to take a hold of this tag match. It looks like... Okay. They went back to their corners. That's where they're supposed to be. No DQ in title matches. So you can use weapons here, if that's what you feel like you need to do. And Lych with that luchador style. How's he going to deal with somebody the size of Luke Gallows? I heard that the Good Brothers consider themselves the greatest tag team in the world. And if they win here today, I think you can add that to that argument. You can say, hey, look, they won, the tournament in Arabia. They won the tournament in Dubai. They've won matches in Australia. And you could say, hey, they won a match here in the Undercard, Season 3. That would be incredible. And a brawl, fist for kick. It looks like Carl Anderson might have got the better of that. Lych getting knocked down now after the tag. Lucha House Party trying to get a gold around their waist. Jackknife style pin cover there. Not sure if that's the plan. Not sure if that's what you should be going for, but alright. Tag to Luke Gallows. Double team. Is this the Magic Killer? And it is. That's the tag team finisher, followed by a big splash. But no, it's not enough to win the match. Lych showing some impressive resilience. Double drop kick there by Lucha House Party. At the end of Season 2, I believe that we also had Luchadors as champions, right? Team Lucha or something like that was champions, so this could be an interesting story, proving that Luchador is the greatest style of wrestling. I don't think that, but they think that. Nice double move there by the Good Brothers, and again with the Magic Killer. Is it enough to kill Lindsay Dorado? Lych's got to get there in time, and he didn't look like he was in much of a rush to break up that pin. Wheel, slam, cover, one. Carl Anderson going for a tag to Luke Gallows, and they're just going to keep hitting him with the Magic Killer until it works, I guess. Power bomb in the corner to Lych. Jeez, dude. Big boot to the face, and he said, that's too sweet! Yeah, representing that Bullet Club family. Chokeslam. Luke Gallows, the big man, showing some athletic prowess with that high kick. Spine buster by Carl Anderson. Stole that from the other Arn Anderson. The other Anderson strikes in the corner. Lucha House Party trying to take control of this match. Scoop slam, knocks him out of the ring. What is Gallows doing on the other corner? Oh God! Suplex spot. And they're brawling on the outside. There's no count out, no DQ, but there is a 30-minute time limit, so they can't really brawl out here all day. Look at that chair in place. Lych's grabbed a steel chair, and that weapon can do a lot of damage if you land right on it, like Carl Anderson just did off of that suplex into the barricade. These barricades are made out of steel. They're just covered in a very thin fabric. And that's about it. Uh-oh. Double move from the corner. Nice elbow there by Luke Gallows. Not sure what you would call that, but it didn't look fun for Lych. On the shoulders. slammed, but that's not the legal man. I don't know why you're going for a cover on that. Lych got confused there in the battle. Suplex to Gallows, and he stands right up, no sold. He didn't care. Another high kick. Gallows off the ropes, big splash. Lych is right there to break it up. Referee saw that before Luke Gallows did. Moonsault and a sharpshooter. Ghost style pin. 1, 2, 3, and we have new and first ever tag team champions Lucha House Party. I gotta get my sombrero out, dude. I'm ready. Grab me some maracas. Let's dance. That's what they do, okay? I'm just saying. The Guido clutch for the win. Well. So you might be wondering, they just won. Do they get a point? Yeah. And they're champions. So that's a bonus for them. Lucha House Party get 1 point. Next match, Becky Lynch versus Mickie James. Let's see what the females have to say about this season. Last season, we had a lot of intergender matches, and I'm not adverse to it at all, but I didn't want to do that in the first episode. It might happen down the line. A female can be champion here. So, all they have to do is keep winning. I believe in equal opportunity if they earn it. If Becky Lynch gets a win here, she'll join the ranks of the other people that have already got their points. And then next week we'll see some of the roster that we didn't see this week. So we'll see, Mike Tyson and Spawn. It's going to be crazy. This season has so many interesting performers. I'm really excited about it, and I hope you all are too. Becky Lynch getting slapped right in the titty. Working on the arm of hardcore country Mickie James, who became a champion in both WWE and TNA. So, she's got that championship quality to her. She started out as an obsessed fan. She was obsessed with Trish Stratus. And I really hope she doesn't get obsessed with Becky Lynch. That would be a problem. Becky Lynch thinks she's the man. She thinks she's going to run the show. She believes she's the #1 performing female. And in canon, she's currently pregnant. But here in Fire Pro, we have protective magic. So, she can get injured, but her baby can't. That's how it works. Or we use that time machine that we have. I think that's probably more likely, and we just went back in time and got the WrestleMania Becky Lynch. That makes more sense. Now that I think about it. We have that technology. Okay, backslide anyway. Let's focus on the match, Underdog. Elbow to the face. Strike battle. Who's going to get the best here? And it looks like Mickie James did that time, but Becky Lynch isn't the exact person I would want to get into a fist fight with. Mickie James doesn't seem so concerned. She's been in some great quality matches, and she has what it takes to win this one. Mike Armstrong looking on closely. Mickie James in the blue, Becky Lynch in the brown. It looks like brown to me. Working on the legs, submission style from Becky Lynch. She is quite a little submission expert. Uses that disarm her finisher move that she likes to do, bending back the shoulder and elbow. She'll snap your arm right out of place, and she doesn't care. If that's what she's got to do to get points here in the undercard. That's what she'll do. Strike battle again. Mickie James trying to get the best. Suplex into the ropes. 7 minutes into the match. And what the heck is that? On the knee. Goes up high. Waits for her to stand up. Drop kick right to the chest. Center. Hits it. But Mickie James right back to her game plan here. Fighting back. Again with that move. Over the shoulder. Onto the knee. That can't feel too good on your neck. Mickie James with a spin kick. And a camel clutch modified there a little bit. And the referee just checking. Becky Lynch looking a little bit tired. Wondering how much damage she's taking. Modified stunner there. She does seem to use that stunner more often nowadays. Goes back to a leg lock here. No submission yet. I think when it comes to that hold for hold game, Becky Lynch is going to win every time in this matchup. And just stopping the count to get back into the ring there. Drop toe hold, Boston Crab. Mickie James trying to prove that she can play in this grapple game, but I think that's the wrong strategy. I think Mickie James is kind of known for her kicks and stuff like that. She should stick with basic attacks. But it's up to them to decide how they want to do this. And again with that over the shoulder move. Not really sure. Is it a White Russian or a Irish Bomb? Or I'm not sure what that move is called, to be precise. I'll double check on that. Probably an Irish bomb, Irish car bomb or something like that, because Becky Lynch is Irish. DDT in the corner. Oh, sorry, in the center. I know what part of the ring it is. I was going to say she usually throws her opponent into the corner after that, and then goes for, the Stratus faction, or the Mickie faction, or whatever she calls her finisher now. Cover 1, 2, and Becky Lynch pops out of that. Ooh, ducks the kick. Watch out for that Mick kick. Don't want to get kicked right in the face. That wouldn't be good for your career. Drop kick this time. Becky Lynch fires back. The fiery heart of the Irish lass. She's the last kicker. She's the ass kicker. She's the man. Mickie James is going to cover right in the middle of the ring. There we go, to the corner. This is where we want to be. Punch combo from Mickie James. Whoa! Spin kick, followed by an elbow. Stalls for half a second, and maybe that was even too long. But Becky Lynch striking back with the shoulders. You can use the ropes as weapons even. The turnbuckle. The corner. Whatever you have to do. Big back elbow. Mickie James with a desperation takedown. This might be match of the night. Suplex again. Big elbow. This time hits her right on center. Perfectly aimed by Mickie James, but didn't go for a cover. Decides to strike the face of Becky Lynch once again. And this is more of what I expected by Becky Lynch. Look at the knees. Is that legal? Watch the top of the head, ref. What are you doing, Mike Armstrong? I know you're from the UFC, but that was a bit violent. Stunner. Is that going to be it for Mickie James? No, again with that desperation breakup. Becky Lynch picks her up by the hair. It's a cat fight! Where's Jerry the King Lawler when you need him? Spinning neck breaker. Taking a little bit of time to breathe in, breathe out, recoup, gain a strategy, think about what your next move is gonna be. Hope it doesn't get telegraphed by your opponent. There is a level of strategy to wrestling here. Oh, look at that arm hold. Both women down from that. Interesting. They look like they're tired. It's been 20 minutes and she just slapped her right in the face and clubbed her in the back of the head. You'll notice the longer this match goes, the more of the brawler style Mickie James and Becky Lynch start to get into. What type of arm hold was that? I never seen that before. DDT again by Mickie James, and a cover that could be all she wrote, but no. She said, I'm the man, it's my time, this is a new season, a new era, but another DDT, and that's got to do it. Wait a minute, both women back to their feet. Becky Lynch barely standing, looked really groggy, might be in trouble. Wait a minute, Exploder, that's the signature move from Becky Lynch. Picks her up, goes against the ropes, clothesline takedown. Mickie James stands right back up. Says, I don't care how long I have to fight you, I'll do it. And these ladies are fighting to the death. Drop kick to the face of Becky Lynch. The last kicker. Looks like she's getting her last kicked. DDT. Over and over, getting dropped on her head. And I think Mickie James is in charge now. Strike after strike, dishing out everything she has. This is just for a point. This isn't even for like a title or anything. But you know what? I'm pretty impressed right now. I think they could face the winner of our main event next week. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? Ah, this has me thinking about future booking already. Because I wanted champions early on in the season. Because I waited till like episode 5 last season, and some people didn't really like that. They wanted to see championship matches. Felt like more was on the line earlier, and I agree with you guys on that one. Gets out of the corner there, sidewalk slam, basic move by Mickie James, but after 25 minutes. It looks like we still don't have a winner. Time is running short, and this could be disastrous for both women to fight this hard and get nothing out of it. From the back. Teardrop style suplex. Misses the spin kick. You gotta hit your finisher now, Mickie. I don't know what you're doing. Drop kick to the knee. Knee to the face. And Mickie James is getting frustrated. Exploder. Becky Lynch. Another Saito suplex. Tossing Mickie James to the ground. And again, this time takes her down. 28 minutes in the match. We've only got 2 minutes left. Mickie James or Becky Lynch. Somebody has to do something here. Come on, that's right. You better hurry up. What are you doing? That was your chance. You could have pinned. I don't know what. I think they just want to put on a show. I don't think we're getting a winner here. We might have to have our first rematch next week already. I would do triple threat matches if the game let me. Well. This is looking like it's going to be our first draw of the season. One hell of a match by these two. Congratulations, but we can't watch you fight all day. Mickie James standing tall there, but she didn't exactly get the win. So, no points were exchanged. They're both at 0 points. That's how a draw works, unfortunately. I knew we would have a draw sometime during the season. I just didn't think it would be today. That's unfortunate on the first episode, because I think one of those ladies deserved a win. But next up, Brian Cage versus Colt Cabana in a battle of the AEW wrestlers, and one of them's a Twitch streamer, so I guess this is free promotion for Colt Cabana. Anyway, let's watch the match. The Machine, Brian Cage, has a very bright future in wrestling, I think, versus Colt Cabana. You gotta watch how Colt Cabana deals with this situation. Sometimes he seems to get a little bit arrogant in the ring. He might call it confidence, but some might call it arrogance. And I think your attitude isn't gonna matter here in a match versus Brian Cage, who is, pure muscle. This guy works out between matches while he's on the road. He's at the gym. While the other wrestlers are sleeping in their hotels, this guy is working out, and he's also getting slammed by Colt Cabana right now. Oh, just a kick to the face with that boot. Brian Cage, the man with the mohawk, the Machine, currently being managed by Taz in AEW, but here in the undercard, he seems to be coming out alone. Taz wasn't drafted, unfortunately. I would love to watch Taz in a match here on the undercard, I'll tell you that. Only a 1 count by that sit-down Falcon Slam. And Colt Cabana with the leg drop. Brian Cage, quite athletic for his size. Moves pretty fast. One of those guys you want to keep your eye on when you're looking for that total package. Stalling suplex, showing off the strength. Almost with no effort by Brian Cage. Each man looking for a big strike here. Slap versus elbow. And Colt Cabana gets the edge there. A big grin on his face. Decided not to do anything off of the top rope. And just to focus on his opponent. Smart strategy there. 1 count, 2 count. Brian Cage rolls back into the ring. Action continues here on the Undercard Season 3. Oh! 1, 2. Yakuza Cutter. A little tilt and slam there. I love that move. I gotta be honest with you guys. I do love that move. Leg drop missed. Crash and burn by Colt Cabana. Gets caught by a sleeper hold now. He's got to get out of that. Alright, Mike Armstrong seems pretty fair about the 3 counts, but the outside counts seem pretty quick, don't they? That scares me for the future of the season. Stalling suplex again. Colt Cabana has to bounce out of the ring. Oh, he should have taken more time before he got back in. But wait a minute, double arm DDT. And it looked like that was super effective. As Brian Cage was stumbling a little bit. Gets taken down by a forward clothesline. Picked back up. These two are going to get into it now. Sidewalk slam. Followed by an elbow and then another. Brian Cage relentless with the attacks here. The Machine making clean and good work. Just ripping apart his opponent. And, ooh, look at this! Walls of Jericho. Colt Cabana is obviously a fan of the rest of the AEW locker room. With moves like that double arm DDT and now the Jericho. Walls, baby. He had it locked in. German suplex by Colt Cabana, followed by a leg drop. And Brian Cage back to his feet, though. And, uh-oh, what's this? Twirly bird. 1, 2, and a spiral bomb. Almost got the win for Colt Cabana. Uh-oh. Power slam. And that move is appropriately named because this man is pure power, but gets dropped on his head again. Colt Cabana a little bit slower to get up after that big slam, too. Off of the ropes, catches him. Each one of these superstars looking for a first win here in the undercard. And I think you get a little bit of bragging rights if you're on the winning end here, too. Frog splash under the rope. Good call by the ref. Off the ropes, full speed ahead. The machine gets caught by an exploder suplex. Colt Cabana on top now. What's he gonna do here? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, God. That looked painful. Nail in the coffin, and no. Brian Cage kicks at it too. Spike, pile driver. I think he calls that the drill claw. But wait a minute. Did Colt Cabana just kick out of a finisher? Is that our first ever Season 3 kick out of a finisher? I think it officially is. That's incredible. Well, I guess the Magic Killer counted in that tag match, right? Just choking the life out of Cabana there. Turning him upside down with a short clothesline. And obviously the power is on the sides of Brian Cage. Awkward collision. Both men back to their feet. Trying to strike it out. Drop kick. He said, no, no, no. This is my time and my place. This is the new era. And Colt Cabana wants to be a part of it. Suplex again. Brian Cage pumping himself up, getting excited. Maybe calling for another big move, but Colt Cabana from the top hits the leg drop. Not sure if he got all of that one. I think we're going to find out here. He just botched! That's our first botch of the season. Congratulations, Colt Cabana. He just ran into the corner like an idiot. 1, 2, and 3. It didn't matter. He gets the win off of the spiral power bomb. Kicked out of the drill cloth. Ran into the corner, and maybe it was all part of his plan. It was a distraction, maybe, and won with the spiral power bomb. So congratulations to Colt Cabana. Big win there. Ran into the corner. Okay, next up we have the debut of Kiryu, the hero from the Yakuza series. If you're unfamiliar with that series of games, I suggest you go check it out, because it's a great game. All of them are really good. I, for one, love Yakuza 0 and Kiwami 2. I think those are probably my favorites. But they're all really good. Like, there's not a bad Yakuza game, to be honest. And the new one that's coming out looks really cool. It's like turn-based. It's a lot different for the Yakuza series. I'm very excited for that, because I feel like the bad thing about the Yakuza series is it gets a little bit repetitive after once playing them all, you know? They're all kind of similar. But he's got a big fight ahead of him here with Eric Rowan. This guy has a pet tarantula or something. I don't know. Just watch out for the Iron Claw, Kiryu. That's my suggestion. Eric Rowan got released from the WWE and came here to the Undercard. That's the story, and I'm sticking to it. Fight. Kiryu, in the suit, doesn't give a crap. Most of his fights happen in the streets, but this is in the ring, and I think Eric Rowan might have an advantage there. He understands the rules and just slams Kiryu's head against the ropes, up against the canvas, bouncing him all around the place. But Kiryu with that woo-shi. Is it karate? He knows something. He's a fighter, and he's fighting for his life right here. Kick to the back of Eric Rowan. Eric Rowan not really sure he's not really sure what to make out of Kiryu, to be honest. Oh, and a takedown by Kiryu. He's just headbutting him. What the hell? I don't know what to expect from Kiryu, to be honest. This is our first time seeing him here in Fire Pro or in Undercard, and it's going to be quite interesting, to say the least. Eric Rowan on top of him, though. Smothering him with that strength. Brute power. A headbutt by Kiryu. His sliding drop kick. Eric Rowan going towards the gut with the knees. Ooh. Watch out, Kiryu. You can't take him down that many times. He's too big. He's too large and in charge. He's got a big ass. Oh my god, look at Kiryu! He's just beating the shit out of Eric Rowan. He's choking him. Watch out, ref. Kiryu, this isn't a street fight. This is a wrestling match. I'm not sure if that's legal to just choke your opponent. Oh my god, the headbutts again, but the rope break was there. And Kiryu doesn't care about the rules! He's gonna get DQ'd. 1, 2, 3, it's over! That wasn't exactly, okay, it wasn't exactly the match we wanted, but it was the match we deserved, or something. That was ridiculous, and I'm glad we saw it and it happened. I'm a little bit flabbergasted, because that's not at all what I expected from that match. Dragon's Rage. There you go. Is that his finisher? The headbutts? That's stupid. And I kind of hate it. I kind of hate it, but okay. Kiryu got a win. That's important. Wow. Okay. Next up is the junior heavyweight, which is for people that I think it's kind of like the light heavyweight championship, which, if I'm not mistaken, is 225 weight limit. So anyone under 225 should be available to wrestle for this. But we've got Amazing Red versus Scorpio Sky. Either one of these gentlemen is going to be our first ever junior heavyweight champion of Season 3. This is a new belt that was introduced at the end of Season 2. I thought it would be interesting to have a belt for the smaller guys. It's not all about the big giants of the world. There's smaller guys in wrestling, and some women will be wrestling for this belt eventually, I'm assuming, if Becky Lynch can ever beat Mickie James, or the other way around. But anyway, here's our main event. Hope you all enjoy. It's been too long since we did this. And the following month is going to be a lot of wrestling content. And I'm a big wrestling fan, so I hope you are too. Because I'm looking forward to WWE 2K Battlegrounds, which I believe is released on September 18th. Both of these guys really fast. Amazing Red and Scorpio Sky, this is like full speed ahead. This is like a marathon or a sprint or something. We gotta watch the speed of these two. I don't know if my commentary is going to be able to keep up with them. Scorpio Sky with a suplex, hitting first, striking fast. Strike fast, strike first, pile driver! Not exactly the high-flying style that we expected from Amazing Red, but I understand why he did it. He wants to be the first junior champion here in Season 3. And once you get that belt, you gotta cling on to it. You gotta hold that tight, because everyone's gonna be gunning for you. Knees to the gut. I think this could be our, like, gets defended every week belt. That would be cool. I really want to do that, too. So this might be it. this might get defended every week. And our heavyweight championship can be like every 2 weeks or something like that. Gives time for people to earn it and, you know, stuff like that. Earn your spot. DDT there by Scorpio Sky, a member, the third member of SCU, and I'm pretty sure Kaz and Daniels were in Season 2, so it's interesting that Scorpio Sky got drafted here in Season 3. Maybe that was a coincidence, or it was meant to happen, I'm not sure. How much of this is being driven by fate? Only time will tell. If Brock Lesnar next week can beat Andre, that'll be huge. That'll be history in the making. If anyone can do it, it's Brock Lesnar. I'm going to say it right now. Before that match happens, I think it's possible for Brock Lesnar to beat Andre, but I also know Andre's never been pinned or submitted, so if Lesnar beat the streak at WrestleMania, like he defeated The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and we're going pure canon, Brock Lesnar would be the guy to do it. So, if Brock Lesnar can't do it next week, I think we're in deep shit. We're in, I know it's called New Era, but I think we're going to be in the Andre age for a long time. So, tune in next week. It's going to be a great show. Neckbreaker there by Scorpio Sky. This is for the Junior Weight Championship. Super kick there. Amazing Red is in trouble. Tilt the World. Tosses him around. Amazing Red going up high. Back elbow to the gut. Stomps on him. I think he's dancing around too much. Amazing Red has to focus here. Ooh, nice kick combo. A little spin. A little kick. Tosses him out of the way. Woo! Wheel. Right to your face. Amazing Red. And this time he gets his turn doing the tilt-a-whirl. And another back elbow. That's about more of what I expected from this match. Scorpio Sky wants that gold around his waist. Gets hit by a senton. Doesn't sell it. Doesn't care. Surprised he even showed up. No, I'm just kidding. Out of the corner with the super kick. Amazing Red, groggy from that one. Goes behind, neckbreaker. Amazing Red with that fiery mohawk. And that's a nice move there, but it wasn't enough. Almost. But close enough isn't all she wrote. And close enough isn't it. Nice super kick there by SCU member. Going up high. Scorpio Sky. Oh my god! Tilt the World DDT from the very top. What a spot. That could have been it. But he didn't go for a cover there. And I'm not sure what is wrong with performers doing that. That was disgusting. And I'm not sure how Amazing Red got right back up. He landed directly on top of his mohawk. It flattened his hair. I don't know how he's alive right now. 13 minutes into this match. And we're in the danger zone. Upside down. Kicking him right in the side. There's no protection that way. Power bomb. Not even a 1 count. Scorpio Sky very resilient here already. And going full speed with that spin kick again. And continuing these kicks. Japanese arm drag, both men down, breathing heavy now as the match continues and the speed progresses. Momentum is on the side of Amazing Red now as he picks up his opponent, goes again for the Hurricanrana. In the corner, powerbomb, I think that's a rope break. Counters with the elbow. Scorpio Sky gonna take a breather. Amazing Red back in. Gets kicked. But still no pin. Oh, there we go. Backslide, but I think he was touching his feet against those ropes. And that rope break can cost you a match. Uh-oh, Amazing Red calling for something big. And an elbow it was. And another one, 2 in a row. Is he going for the triple? No, he hit a senton instead, but that might be enough. Dragging him out so he can get a clean cover here. That's experienced wrestling. Ooh. Suplex outside of the ring. Now it's Amazing Red's turn to take a breather. And Scorpio Sky just slaps him right in the ear. Speaking about ears, Mike Tyson will be here next week. Holy crap, dude. I can't wait for that. Frog Splash! Oh my god, it looked like he might have injured himself on that one. Leg drop. Amazing Red back to his feet. Misses a wheel kick. Gets caught by a tilt-a-whirl DDT. Picked back up. Scorpio Sky with a step-up kick. Move after move. Will it be enough to get him the win and the championship? Junior weights battling out here in the undercard. Shayna Baszler was actually the winner of this title at the end of season 2 in the finale. The first ever. And she was not carried over. So even if you win this title on the last episode, you don't get to carry over to Season 4. Oh, and speaking about the end, there it is! Amazing Red again with that sunset flip finishing move. Gets the victory here. I'm going to say that match of the night was probably Becky Lynch versus Mickie James, but unfortunately that was a draw. So I'd like to set that to Unlimited and have a rematch. What do you guys say about that? Also next week, Mike Tyson and Spawn will both be in matches. I think the Sandman will show up too. And of course our main event's gonna be for the Undercard Championship. Brock Lesnar versus Andre the Giant. It's gonna be one hell of an episode 2 to follow this up. And you're not going to want to miss it. This episode got rated an 86%. I don't think it was that good, but okay. We had a great success. This is Fire Pro Wrestling on the PS4. If you can get it for cheap, it's definitely worth it. If you like GM mode or booking wrestling shows or fantasy wrestling, there's unlimited potential in the creator and the booking and stuff like that, so I really do suggest this. No, who the fuck? I don't know who that is. Alan? Alan wants to be a part of the show? Who the fuck is Alan? No. Get out of here. But the stream isn't over. Actually, what we're gonna do is we're gonna book the next show so everybody knows what's in store for next week. So I want to first preface this by saying 7 matches. And we're going to book our main event first. So we don't forget that. And then before we even put them in there, this has to be unlimited. Because we need a winner. DQ is off. Outside is off. Okay. So Andre versus Lesnar. That's probably like. This might actually be the biggest match we've had in terms of superstar quality on the undercard that I can remember. Besides maybe, I think Moxley versus HBK was at that level. Unfortunately, the match didn't carry the weight of it. And we also had Thanos versus Kratos from God of War in Season 3, and that match was kind of a mess, but that, something at this massive level is kind of what I'm looking towards doing. Some more of these big matchups will be featured. But we go to the first match. And Sandman didn't have a match, so we'll put him in the show. Versus, how about JTG? The Sheets versus the Streets. Don't think about that too hard, okay? I think JTG was in ECW, right? Crime Time, maybe. Maybe they were. I don't know. They were doing some weird stuff back in the day. Brooklyn, bringing it back to you. We'll also have Tennille versus Molly Holly. There's a way to move these down, right? How do I... Oh, swap wrestlers. Yes. Okay. Then we want our boy. This is alphabetical, right? Mike Tyson. He's got his boxing gloves on. That's going to be interesting. That's going to be a problem for whoever we land on here is getting knocked out pretty much, right? Oh, I'm sorry. It has to be Curtis Axel in his debut. He has to get knocked out, right? It has to happen. Poor Curtis Axel. Potential destroyed career. How about that? He had potential in his career. I don't know what happened. I think he got pushed too hard, maybe. I don't think he's like top talent level. I think he is probably like a B+ player at best, but what can you do about it? And then for match 4 of episode 2, we looking for people that didn't get to wrestle. Lacey Evans didn't wrestle. I know I have to have that rematch. I think we have a perfectly even amount. The problem is, I think she has to wrestle Spawn. Okay, that's a match that's gonna happen. Good luck, Lacey. Hey, Lacey, we know you're, a sweet Southern belle, but we want you to fight this demonic creature. Good luck. Have fun. And then, this has to be our rematch between Becky Lynch and Mickie James. We have to make this one unlimited time as well. DQ off, because I need a winner here. I need a winner. I don't think the match rules carry over, do they? No? Okay. Let me just set this to off, 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 off. So this is what I do behind the scenes when I'm not streaming the game. Just to show you guys how much work goes into it. Not too much. Just a little bit. Just like booking the matches, deciding the ticket prices and stuff like that. That doesn't really matter for what the undercard is. But it's all part of the show. And then I don't know what we're doing for match number 5. I guess I will have this title be featured, right? It should be. it should be this title defended every week. So Amazing Red is going to fight... This is kind of like throwing a wrench into everything, because I'm not sure any... the only one that has a win here that's not a champion is Kiryu. So I guess it's Kiryu. So maybe this title isn't based on wins. Maybe it's just whoever. But I guess that makes sense, because Kiryu did win his match. So, there. Kiryu can be a junior champion. At one point. If he wins the match. He still has to win the match. And then we got Mike Tyson versus Curtis Axel. And Lacey Evans versus Spawn. Oh god. Season 3 is, it's gonna be something. So that's the card there. I just want to make sure this has the right rules to it. We'll make that 30 minutes. This all looks good. Confirm. Save. And so that'll be the next show. And that was it for the new Season 3 of the Undercard. And I brought it back now because things have settled down a little bit for me on my side of things. And I have the time to do this show. And also, there's going to be more wrestling content here. So, if you like wrestling, follow the channel. If you don't like wrestling, I apologize. I like to stream what I enjoy. I know it's not for everybody. But I think having Mike Tyson, Spawn, and Kiryu all in the same season is going to make it interesting for a lot of viewers. Who knows what's going to happen down the line. We're going to host my friend Sushi. She took a long break from streaming, so go watch her stuff. She's a great friend of mine. And I'm glad that she's back.